Hey everybody, it's Rob here, bringing you the leveling guide for all classes for Diablo 4 Season 3. I compiled a big sheet here, I've been testing a lot of stuff, and it's all going to be linked in the description, and I have the full overview and builds basically for every starter class. Just one thing before we get started, we have not been able to play the construct and the vaults and these kind of like seasonal mechanics, so there is a bit of like a question mark here in some areas. But other areas I think are pretty well figured out, so let's get into it. First of all, guys, when you're starting with your build, you're gonna be doing the season quest line to unlock that companion, that construct. And we already have quite a lot of information that many of you may have missed from the trailer or like don't remember. So right off the bat here on level 1, you wanna do the season quest line, and you will be starting here in Kyrgyzstan, and there is gonna be a quest line that's going to pop up right here. So you can already tell here by the map where it is. So I'm just going to go there. Like, so you're going to be instantly have the waypoint unlocked. So you make a level 1 character, whatever class it's going to be. You go down here, yeah, cool. And then you're going to be running exactly to this place here where the seasonal quest line is going to start. You can see it right here. So the seasonal quest line is going to start. You're going to pick up an objective here. And you definitely want to do this because the construct is going to support you a lot. It's going to give you bonuses. It's going to give you buffs. And here, this is where the season quest line started. And you can also see this guy, he is level 1. So you definitely want to do this at the very start. And it's like designed for that. And then the next thing is here, it's going to tell you to go to the north. And you will ride your horse, maybe you'll kill some enemies. And then you're going to be about level 4. And you're going to want to be going. If you look at the pattern here on the minimap, there's like these 3 rock patterns. And I was figuring it out that it's basically exactly up here. So you can see like the kind of rocks from the video of the dev stream. I'm going to link that below as well. And the in-game rocks kind of match, right? So you can see up here that you're going to have to be going here. And most likely the efficient way of doing that is like you go to probably this waypoint here, and then you just ride your horse. Maybe you kill some enemies, some events on the way. And then you will be entering up here. There's going to be a vault that's going to appear after you click the corpse. You have to go into your very first unearthed vault. This is the entrance to the first vault, and once you go in here, you will encounter the first constructs here, like they will try to attack you, and you will be able to go deeper into the vault. You can see here this guy is already level 10, so probably you can assume that you're going to be around level 10 after you have your quest line, and you're going to be fighting the first boss here, like a possessed sorcerer. So it's scaling to your level, like he's level 9, the enemy, and the character here is already level 10, making quick work of the Central, I still can't pronounce it, but you're going to get your follower, and you're going to get it immediately, so probably around level 8 you're already going to have it. And then you talk to this guy, and you're basically comes to life. So we have all the footage, like we know exactly what we need to do to unlock it. Lightning bolt unlocked, and you're already getting, I don't know if this is a Sorc specific or a random drop, but you're getting your first stone, which is the lightning bolt stone, which is going to include like a lightning, and you also have electrocution support. So I'm not sure if this is the default one, if this always unlocks, but that's basically where you get your first pet. So very easy stuff. Just head over here, and then for the first 10 levels, you're gonna go right up here and get your pet ready. So that's like the most important information right off the bat. So I'm assuming like you're gonna be level 8 or 15. I have links here for all the leveling builds. I'm going to make a separate video, but it's only going to be for the Barbarian leveling guide. I already have like a Sorcerer guide that also has leveling part, and the Necromancer guide. I'm going to link those in the description once those videos are out. But yeah, basically you can choose whatever class you want. All the classes are going to be powerful, especially with the construct helping you out and supporting you throughout the way. The construct has a lot of useful affixes that we're going to be looking out for. Probably the most important one is the resource support. So it's going to give you 15 primary resource whenever the skill attacks the enemy, whenever the construct attacks, and yeah, you get the construct like super early on, so that's super cool. And then right after you unlock the construct, you have 2 choices. So you're going to be about level 8 to 10 is what I assume. And then the first choice you can do is go into the dopamine tunnels, and that's this dungeon here. It's basically a completely dungeon that is like super density packed. It's all the way in the north here, next to this waypoint. So you probably have to go here and or here and right there with your horse. It has a lot of density, and what you want to be doing is you only want to be doing the first room, just killing enemies. That can be a very boring and repetitive task, but it's pretty efficient. The alternative is you go do the vaults, or you do the open world tremors. And I think the open world tremors, it's going to show on your minimap. So you're going to have like all kinds of, similar to the blood harvest is showing right now. You're going to have just a bunch of quests here, like for the season. They will look something like this. I think there was screenshots shown in the footage as well. And you can just head over there and you do those streamers and you get loot, and hopefully you get some good XP as well. So if you want to like engage with the new seasonal theme and don't want to go super tryhard mode, definitely try to check out those world streamers. That's probably what we're going to do as well. Since there's no like leaderboards for leveling or something, we're just going to enjoy the season and going to have a lot of fun and not just like rush through everything. We're still going to be trying to play efficient and reaching the Uber boss in the vault later. That's going to drop the new support stones. For example, the Evernight, which is Shaco stone, which is going to give you another +4 rank to all skills. That's probably our goal. We're going to be trying to fight this boss like very early on, level 85 to level 90. So that's the idea. So you can do dopamine tunnels, the dope tunnels, or you can check the tremors. And then once you're level 15, this is where you want to do your class quest. So you probably want to be starting those very quickly. And then after you're done with class quest, with some quests, for example, the sorcerer one, you're already starting a dungeon and then you can complete it to get some aspects. You basically want to get your multiplicative aspects like disobedience. Edgemaster is always good to get. On the necro, you want to get splintering and veins. On Sorc, you want to get prodigy and control. On Barb, probably echoing Earthstriker. And if you want to try Hoda, ancestral force, again, separate video coming for the Barb stuff. On Druid, maybe Shepherd. It's going to help you out a lot with the pets. On Rogue, Penshot is the best build, so you might want to get the trickshot one. And then you imprint. Usually you want to imprint Ring or Amulet, because those are very unlikely to be replaced. You definitely do not want to imprint a weapon, because the weapon you constantly have to upgrade and then you're going to lose your legendary. Keep in mind, guys, you want to keep some low eye level rings just to get just to save yourself some Veld crystals, because after below 300 item power, it's going to cost you less crystals to imprint those legendaries. Then from there on out, like after you've done your imprinting and your class quest, you're going to be a lot more powerful, and you can continue doing the world tremors. You can also start whispers or vaults, depending on how difficult it is to keep powering up your construct pets, your follower. And you want to do this if you're a necro all the way to 25, and then you do the necro class quest, because it just unlocks a bit later. And basically do this open world content, dopamine. You can try different things, whatever you feel is good. I think the absolute fastest tryhard way will just be to blast dopamine tunnels, but you're not going to have much gold, you're not going to have many materials, and you're not going to have your pet powered up as much. So you might reach World Tier 3 a lot faster if you just blast the dopamine tunnels. But I think it's going to slow you down later, because you don't have your pet levels, you don't have all these resources, all these materials. So I think a good mix is key here between the open world tremors, maybe vaults and dopamine tunnels, and even potentially whispers. And then World Tier 3, before you go in the capstone dungeon, you want to make sure you min-max your gear, and you want to be at least level 44. You can do it much earlier, but it's definitely not recommended, because even though you can get a better time unlocking World Tier 3, you're going to lose all the time later, because you're playing for the long term, right? Like, we want to be playing all the way until level 100, all the way until endgame, all the way until the new Uber bosses. So we're playing like it's not a sprint, it's a marathon basically. So take your time and get some good gear, get some upgrades. And I would recommend you enter the capstone at the earliest at level 45. Better like level 4, at the earliest level 44, better level 45. And that means once you unlocked World Tier 3, you can get a sacred weapon already. For some classes, you might need to respec. For example, Necro, I think the fastest build is Blood Search for leveling. I have a link up here. But for the capstone, you really want to respec to Bone Spear, so you have a bit more single target damage. But yeah, once you unlocked World Tier 3, you want to be farming in the open world at the beginning, like do whispers, or what I like to do in my group is the PvP area, because there's high density and you get easy sacred weapons, especially if you're in a group, guys. Do not do any instance content, because the instance content scale 4 times the HP in group, while the outer world just stays single player HP. So that's a big advantage, and you can just farm the PvP area basically. And then after that, after you got your weapon, you are ready to go back to the dopamine tunnels or back to doing the Tremors in World Tier 3 now, just to keep powering up your pet, keep getting stronger. It's also much recommended to do a Helltide around that time. Helltide is changed now, it's going to be up all the time, so you're not like forced to doing it like a certain hour or something. You can just go there whenever you like. It's going to be very beneficial to get some Forgotten Souls and the other flowers to just be able to reroll your gear and yeah, upgrade your gear as well. But keep in mind, guys, do not upgrade your weapon all too much, because you're going to be replacing your weapon constantly, finding higher and higher item power loot. And then once your gear is min-max, you are ready to tackle the World Tier 4 and the Capstone Dungeon. I recommend doing this at about level 59.5, so you are level 60 when you go into World Tier 4. This might be a bit too hard for some players. If you don't really feel like you're that powerful, it might be wise to level like all the way until like 65 or something before you try this. Like higher level never hurts basically, but you're gonna get a lot more experience bonus in World Tier 3 and in World Tier 4. So you want to do those not super early, like so it's not too wide and you don't run into any risk of dying. Probably like level 65 is better for you then. And you're gonna want to be at least level 60 when you're doing in World Tier 4. And you're repeating exactly what you did in World Tier 3. You're gonna go on the open world and try to get either from the PvP area, from Whispers, or from the new quest lines. You're gonna get the ancestral weapons, and then you're gonna keep farming, start doing the Whispers, start doing the Altides, gather up the Duriel materials, start farming the Nightmare Dungeons. You need to do the Whispers anyways to get Nightmare Dungeon keys. And then you're basically powering up like that. And then after some time, we don't know exactly where the boss is, but there is a new boss fight. I think they also showed some... yeah, here they showed actually the Tremors, the new activity here. It's gonna look like this. This is what you're gonna be keeping an eye out. Here they're gonna look like this. And there is also a new boss that's coming. I'm not sure where they talked about that one. Somewhere here to start. Oh yeah, there's also a vendor where you can like trade your stones and upgrade them. So that's also really important. That's why you want to do these open world activities. And I think it's going to be really crucial to powering up your pet for the season mechanic, just to get it like very strong with all these different support zones. Then I could imagine like in a group, it's going to be like really powerful. Yeah, here's some vault footage. This is basically how it looks like. There's traps and you have to dodge. I think the boss fight should be coming up here then in a second. But yeah, there's basically going to be a whole boss to fight, and there's also an Uber version of this boss that's going to allow you to get the new Uber stones. And we have the Evernight, that's the Shaco, and there's also another one which is called Genesis, and nobody knows from the community here what this is going to do yet. So definitely you want to be target farming those, probably even before you're doing Duriel. Because this might just do like, you know, 1,000,000 trillion damage to everything. Just to exaggerate a bit. Like, I mean, it's gonna be pretty powerful, guys. Like, just looking at the Evernight, like 4 ranks to all skills, like 3 Shaco. But yeah, those things might be rare. And then, yeah, farm some Duriel mods, get your Uber Uniques, and just try to power up your character, basically. I think every build in the game, guys, is gonna have a good time. Especially if you've been watching my tier list video that I'm also gonna link in the description. Most of the builds in this season, the power level seems very high. We've gotten a lot of buffs. We've got some nerfs, but those builds were like completely overpowered with the Hoda stuff and the Ball Lightning. So it's good to see those builds come down a little bit. We'll see the power level, for example, of Ball Lightning, because the nerf is a bit vague. But no matter which class you choose, Meteor, Firewall on Sorc is amazing. Lightning Storm on Druid is amazing. Charge, Hoda, and also Upheaval on Barb are amazing. Bone Spear, I think, is going to be really strong on Necro, and Penshot is the way to go on Rogue, in my opinion. That's my 5 recommended builds, and this has been my recommended leveling spec. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Best of luck leveling. I will be blasting. I'm going to have a separate Barb video coming for the best build, I think, for Barb. And for the other classes, there's going to be links here to other creators and other sources in my sheet. It's all going to be in the description, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Happy hunting, good luck in the season. Take care, GG. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.